Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Pagey here, once again with another video for you guys. And in this video we're going to be going through things that we know so far about Arrow Season 4. So this is going to be sort of similar to what I did with the Flash video. If you've not checked that out, make sure to go to my channel and check that one out. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like, leave any comments on what else I haven't said that you think will happen in Season 4 or has been confirmed in Season 4 and I just haven't mentioned. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, as it's always good to get new people joining the channel. So let's start off. So the first thing that we know is going to happen in Season 4 is the whole Oliver Felicity thing, how at the end of Season 3 they sort of drove off into the sunset. So usually between the end of this Arrow season and the beginning of another Arrow season, there's usually roughly about 3 to 5 months between the two seasons in the actual timeline. So there'll be 3 to 5 months that we have not seen of Oliver and Felicity and what they've been doing, as well as the other members of the show. So what has been confirmed is that they haven't just been driving around for 3 to 5 months. They've settled down into a city. Now it's going to be interesting to see what city they do choose. I have a feeling it might be Coast City, just because there was mention of Coast City and stuff like that. Because I was having a feeling that they might do like a Longbow Hunters sort of storyline, where in that comic, or the comics might I say, Oliver and Dinah Lance, they actually settle down in Seattle, and the Green Arrow still exists. He actually fights sort of like drug crime within Seattle, but I don't think they'll do that too much in this show. I think they might just settle down. I think it might be in Coast City, and there's obviously going to be some form of reason for him to come back to Star City, which I think they're going to start calling this season. I can't remember if they did last season, just because there was a lot of other stuff going on, but I remember Ray Palmer wanted to change from Starling City to Star City, which is what it's called in the comics. So for the reason for them to come back, I'm not too sure, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up is that we know that Thea, aka Speedy, Laurel, aka Black Canary, and Diggle, aka Diggle, have still been fighting crime within Star City, and they're still going strong. If that's the best word to use, or the best phrase to use, they're still fighting the crime. There's no big bad, or there might be a big bad. You never know. They might be starting to fight the beginnings of the Damien Dark saga, who we know is going to be the villain in this season, or they might be fighting some other form of small villain. But we'll have to wait and see. But they're still going strong, and hopefully we'll see some progression in Thea's storyline. Because even though she did become Speedy last season, it did seem like they rushed it a bit, and she was just they rushed it essentially, and her story was sort of on the sideline, even though she did play a big part in Sarah's death and stuff like that. But I'm assuming we'll get more development in all those characters, as well with the other characters we're going to see appearing in Season 4. Along with those new characters I just mentioned, we're going to have those new comic characters, which are going to be Mr. Terrific and Anarchy. Now, Anarchy is sort of like an anti-hero, so he's sort of on each side. More hero, I guess you could say, but he's sort of like Deadpool, I guess. I think Deadpool's an anti-hero, but whatever. But Mr. Terrific is also... I'm pretty sure Mr. Terrific is gay. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong there. I'm not too familiar with the character, but I think he might be gay. So we've got a gay like superhero in the show, which I guess is good for the whole diversity thing. And then we also got the villain, which is Damien Dark, who is really like not really that present in the comics. He's in I think he's in like 5 panels altogether in the history of comics, but they're making him a big villain. And I guess it's just someone so no one can really predict what he's going to do, and no one can really predict what the characters are like. So I guess it could be a good move for them. So we are going to see Damien Dark in Season 4, as we know, along with Anarchy and Mr. Terrific. Another thing that we know is going to be in Season 4 is there's going to be, in the first 2 seasons of Arrow, they sort of avoided like the whole magical and mystic side and sort of supernatural side that we do see in the Flash a lot, but in Season 3 they sort of embraced it, because I think they saw how the Flash was being taken in by people. So obviously we had the Lazarus Pits in Season 3 involving Thea, and we're going to see that with Season 4 with Sarah, which crosses in with Legends of Tomorrow. But I think we're also going to see a bit more mystic side, maybe some magic chucked in. Never know, this could be the introduction of more stuff to come in. With Hive involved, there could be some people working for them that have some form of powers, and you never know, more metahumans possibly coming into the show, because obviously Starling City or Star City and Central City are pretty close together, so you think there might be some metahumans crossing over from each of the cities. As I said before, the whole Sarah Lazarus Pit thing, which we know is going to happen, from what they've said, Laurel's actually going to play a massive part in that, and the resurrection of Sarah is actually going to be in the first half of Season 4 of Arrow, so I think it might happen towards near the mid-season finale, and then she'll get resurrected, and then the whole Legends of Tomorrow thing will happen. So apparently Laurel's going to be a major connection between Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, so it won't be just... Obviously Oliver Queen's going to be involved, but it's going to be Laurel, especially because of her connection to Sarah, will connect it to Legends of Tomorrow. Obviously, the thing that we did know was going to happen, because we just saw the suit, and also they revealed it literally right after Season 3 ended, is that we're going to see the Green Arrow or Oliver Queen become the Green Arrow. Now, if you've not seen the costume or the new suit, I've actually put in the thumbnail most likely, and I'll put up on the screen obviously now, and I like it. I think you could always tell they weren't really going the Green Arrow angle. Really, when the show started, it felt, a lot of people said this, but I'll repeat it again, it felt a lot like Batman, like even some Batman villains were taken. So I think going down and actually making him the Green Arrow, and obviously this will probably involve the whole him and Felicity thing, him having that 5-month or 3 to 5 month break. Don't really know what the timeline will be, but I'm assuming that break will, you know, just fix him up a bit and sort of help him become the Green Arrow a bit more. But really, we don't know. We're just gonna have to wait till the actual season starts to see how the whole Green Arrow thing comes about. And also, you really can't go under the whole Arrow thing because he's a wanted man. So we'll have to see what happens there. The third last thing that we know is going to happen, and well, they didn't really reveal in season 3 at all, but there's just talk of it, and that's the whole Felicity will actually have a proper storyline in season 4 compared to other seasons. Like, we did see some like flashbacks when there was that one episode when dude that she was at college with became like the villain for the episode. So we've had that bit, we've had her mum appear in a few episodes, but we've never seen an actual proper storyline with Felicity. And this one's probably going to involve her dad, which obviously is basically being confirmed. And I think we just might, the fact that she's with Oliver now, and Oliver did, in the show, it was quite, like, there was that quote where Oliver said, like, he can't be with Felicity and be the savior of the city. So I think that's going to be worked out where them two can be together, and he can fight crime. So she'll actually be in the show more, or be more focused on the show because she's with Oliver. And in season 3, she was a bit whiny and sort of annoying, like she was just disagreeing with anything everyone else said. So she was a bit annoying in season 3. So I think they'll fix her up in season 4 with the whole her dad popping up in the show. Her mum will probably pop up in the show more, her relationship with Oliver, and she might even be doing something else, who knows. The second last thing we have is the tension that we know is going to be between Diggle and Oliver in the season. Now, if you remember at the end of season 3, Oliver was obviously working with, like, trying to become the new Raish, and Diggle wasn't the biggest fan of it, and then Oliver kidnapped his wife, put his baby in danger, and then almost pretended to kill his wife. It was ridiculous. And obviously Diggle, pretty sure he forgave him, but Diggle wasn't really happy with the whole Malcolm Merlyn thing and making him the new Raish. So working with a villain to take down another villain, but then making that villain an even bigger villain. Diggle wasn't the biggest fan of that, so there's still going to be some tension between them two. They might work together, but there'll still be that trust, that issue that Diggle will have with Oliver. And it'll be very interesting to see how that progresses through season 4. And if they'll probably have to fix it to the point I'm going to make after this, but they'll have to kiss and make up, if you know what I mean, to defeat the bigger evil. And the last point I have, which I think will be a big thing in this season, is Diggle's season, essentially. He's going to have a lot of storyline in this season, mainly due to Hive, and also the fact that it's been confirmed that he will be getting a costume. And I think they showed it, I'm pretty sure, at Comic-Con, and I didn't see it, but I've just got a description of it. Basically, it's just leather, sort of like basically just a leather outfit, if you know what I mean, just to stay more a bit casual without, you know, standing out. But he also wears like a helmet. It's basically a helmet, that's what it is, to cover his face, to conceal his identity. So it's nothing special, it's not a cool mask or anything, it's just a helmet. But obviously we know Hive's going to be involved, and Hive were the corporation that assassinated his brother. Now Hive actually hired Deadshot to assassinate Diggle's brother, and that was the whole Deadshot connection with Diggle. And we also saw a flashback before Deadshot apparently died in the show. They did a flashback to that woman approaching Deadshot and giving him that money and stuff like that to actually assassinate Diggle's brother. So that's all I've got in regards to what we know about season 4. If I've forgotten anything, make sure to leave it in the comments. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like. If you learned anything, leave a like, and subscribe if you're new. You can check out the Flash video I did on basically the exact same thing. If you want to, just go to my channel, it'll be there to have a look at, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.